All right, next, what I've done is I've actually kind of cinched the neck in there. And I want to check something for how straight the neck is in the pocket as it sits here. So if I go like this, right, and I'm going to come right off the end of this fretboard right next to it. All right, so basically the point of this part is I want to position my bridge somewhere. All right, welcome back. So the next step is I want to position my bridge somewhere that's proper. And sometimes little changes in the neck can be kind of a problem. So what I want to do is line up this ruler here as close as I can. I'm going to take one little small speck of tape and put it right here so it lines right up with the edge of that. Then what I'm going to do is come over this side, put this on here, and put one little small speck of tape that lines up on the inside edge of this. Now, why I'm doing this is a very key thing. If you look ever so slightly, fling back over here, not entirely scientific, but I can look here and see how far off the edge of how off those things are. Because what happens is that as I look at this and as I mount that bridge, it's going to determine where the strings go. And the reason why we do this is we don't want the strings to fall off the edge of the fretboard. So if I simulate where this is going to come over the nut, right, I can then come over the saddle here and make sure that the strings aren't going to fall off anywhere as it comes down the neck. I've made this mistake before, and you end up having to dowel the neck and re-jigger everything to make the thing work right. But I think right about there is a good spot. Now, here's a neat little trick. First things, if you don't know the scale of your fretboard, right, I can go from here to the 12th fret, which is right there, and I can just double that. And you get, in this case, that is 12 3/4, so it's 25.5, which makes sense. It's nice if you have a neck that you don't really know about. You can just check it because it could be a conversion neck. But that really, at the end of the day, drives home where you want your bridge. So now, I can do the same thing, come to right here at that spot, and I want to put it so that my saddles are squared up right under that. So if I look at 25.5, and the peak of the saddle. So actually I'm lining up that little knife edge, not the front of the barrel, but that, and then I'm using my finger to simulate where this would be. And then I say that 25.5 inch is spot on right there. Probably go just a tiny little bit. And that's where your bridge is going to go. Now, we have some leeway with these because the springs are so long, the screws are so long, and they're sprung there, that if I had to bring it back some, I could. And why that's key is I'm about to put a Bigsby on it. And the Bigsby I want to make sure doesn't fall off the back of the guitar. So what I can actually do is I can bring this forward just a smidge so that the guitar will sit flush on its end right there, if that makes sense. Now I look back here, and that's just a smidge off, and that's good. That's what we want. And coming just a smidge left of center here, just so that everything kind of goes across and does its deal nicely. But that's that. And then this will still fit nicely right there. See? And then this will fit nicely up here. Look at that. It's like everything's all happy like. The only challenge is going to be Make sure I've got springs and screws for that. So anyway, that's this stage right here. So if I look at this back there, from that to here, probably have to bring these barrels back just a little bit to intonate it, to make sure it has proper intonation. But I think we're at a pretty good spot right there. So what I'm going to want to do right now is actually, now, I'm going to have to pull these, I might not have to. I might be able to screw this in without munking these up completely. But always you drill before you screw in your little, your thingy holes. Always. Because one time you don't, the wood will split, you will cry, and your wife will wonder why there are tears in her Cheerios. If you can see the thread through the bit, it's the right bit. Alright, it's a long ass video. Hopefully I've fast forwarded through a whole bunch of this because it's like 2 hours and change in. But this is the point when I officially, for me, my definition, have a new guitar. Because the neck is mounted. Woohoo, look at that. Both. I have plenty of leads on both of my pickups that are in there. I have not yet drilled the pots and the flip switch hole yet, but look at that. Look at that. I'd like to say that all in all, I think that looks pretty frickin' killer. I have not yet, so this is the initial setup and do everything. I'll wait and do a full polish to it, take everything back out of it, polish it and put it back in. I think what I'm going to do right now is go to Guitar Center and buy tuners, because I don't think I have a good set of 6-in-lines. So I'll go run out and do that now, and then maybe put those on. And that way, man, by the end of this video, she may actually have strings on her. She may not be wired, but she may have strings on her, which is nuts. Look at that thing. That's going to look nice. And this is Tele number 4 for me in guitars that I've built. It's probably the last Tele I'll build for a while because I have them in pretty much every combination that I want. I don't know, this is the yippee-ki-yay, woohoo, ha-ha, things are great portion of this video. Cool, all right. As always, folks, stay tuned for more. Maybe the following Sunday, there's a potential that this will be even farther along and maybe making noise. I've been Nick in the States. Yes, folks, I have issues. Thank you much for stopping by and letting me share them with you. Bye.